Senator Williams.
Thank you, Madam Acting Deputy President. I'd like to just talk about the great future we see for agriculture, Madam Acting Deputy President. It's amazing the price of cattle. Where people are doing it really tough are those who have had severe drought for many years, especially in Western Queensland areas of Western New South Wales, and sadly they have had to destock, cannot benefit from the good cattle prices. But I went to the Inverell sale yards in January 2014. Prime steers were making $1.60 a kilo, so 400 kilo steer, about $640. They were making $2 a kilo in 2001, so that 400 kilo steer would make $800, so 20% less than they were in 2001. Imagine if you had workers were earning $1,000, being paid $1,000 in 2001 and just $800 in 2014. How could they survive? It would be very difficult. Now those steers are making up to $3 and the younger ones even more. So now instead of the $600, they're getting the $1,200, $1,300 a steer. It's looking very optimistic. I'd like to pay tribute to my good friend, my now leader of the National Party Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Agriculture, Mr Barnaby Joyce, for the way he's approached his position and gone out there to deliver more money to the farm gate. More money to the farm gate means more money spent in the country towns, the businesses, job security. And quite amazed, Madam Acting Deputy President, yesterday when Senator Cameron was talking on the dairy bill, his attack on Minister Joyce was amazing. He's saying Minister Joyce, pork barrelling, set up a ministerial office in Tamworth. Well, no, he didn't. He set up a ministerial office in Armidale. He has the electoral office in Tamworth. Senator Cameron was simply wrong, but of course Senator Cameron does most of his speeches in this place simply attacking the government and fancy attacking a minister who's doing a great job. The $4 billion white paper he achieved for agriculture, building dams, building markets, as I said, delivering that money to the farm gate. What else has he done, Minister Joyce? $413 million in approved concessional loans products provided to 778 farm businesses as at the 31st of January. The government is paying out an average of $1.35 million per week in farm household allowance for more than 5,700 farmers. And this is a situation where these people are in terrible drought, terrible situation. They need money to actually put some food on the table. It's a great package. Doubling of the rural research and development for profit programs investment to $200 million. $15 million for pest, weed and animal control activities in drought-affected communities. This is a big issue. We have too much vermin, too many wild dogs destroying the sheep industry and even affecting the cattle industry in a big way. We need to get rid of these vermin, the wild dogs, the wild pigs, the goats. Of course, so much environmental damage and so much damage to the industry. And it's good to see the Minister and the Government is putting money into those very important projects to provide some real assistance in this issue. Country of origin labelling, something I've been on about for 20 years since I was a pig farmer. We were importing pig meat from places like Canada and Denmark to actually tell the people of Australia they're eating their clean, green, Aussie-grown food, which is now so popular around the world, and that's why the huge demand for our products, the food we produce here, to let people know exactly what they're buying. Minister Barnaby Joyce is one of the key drivers in our country of origin labelling. New foreign investment laws. I think foreign investment is essential, but where they invest in our country, they actually grow jobs, grow production, grow exports, and we should have a situation where the national interest test should show that. Not just simply come and buy our fully developed farms, then take the profit out of our community, take the profit back overseas, don't employ more people. We've changed those laws from $252 million down to $15 million cumulative. Of course, it was Minister Barnaby Joyce, supported by, of course, everyone in the National Party and thankfully our coalition colleagues, the Liberal Party, when they actually had a committee chaired by Mr Warren Truss, went in opposition that led to these changes. We have regulations on our houses. Foreigners can't buy our houses. Why can't they just buy our farms willy-nilly? Foreigners can buy our houses on development, off the plan, etc. And we welcome investment where they're going to grow jobs. But I just think the future for agriculture is looking so good. The demand for our food, good quality food, we need to keep our country protected from diseases. That's why AQUIS is so important and the funding for that. And the image we've built around the world now is that people know if they buy Australian food, they can eat it with total confidence. The quality is magnificent. It's a big employer. And good to see that our second largest export now, overtaken coal, Madam Acting Deputy President, is now agricultural produce. So it's a big industry worth billions to our country, and it only has a great future ahead of it.
Senator Singh.